After UFC 321, everyone talks about Tom Aspinall's injury, but I went back and analyzed every Cyril Gane fight in the UFC, and what I found was pretty disturbing. Illegal strikes across 5 different opponents, and the refs, they missed every single one. So today I'm showing you the evidence and explaining exactly why this keeps happening. And also we do have an update from Tom Aspinall. His eye is not seeming to be healing, but we'll get more into that later in the video. But before we unpack all that, if you end up liking this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel as we do these breakdowns every single week. So the first clip we're going to go into right here is Gane versus Spivac. And honestly speaking, out of all the fighters, some were worse than others, but I think Spivac had the most when it comes to the number, the amount of illegal blows and strikes that he received. To be clear, this is not a clickbait, this is not hype or anything like that. I watched hours of footage for this across several fights. This isn't opinion, this is documented evidence. Watch carefully. All right, so that's 1, he blocks 2. Now, you might say, hey Marshall, that's kind of a stretch. It was a low jab, a body shot, but he went for the cup. Now that is light, but trust me, it gets even worse. And another thing I noticed about Cyril Gane is he doesn't blatantly foul. He sneaks it in there within legit shots. So it makes it complicated for the referees. As we know, it's a big issue right now with the way referees are so lenient with taking away points, disqualifying fighters, things like that. Take a look at this eye poke that Cyril Gane strategically does when trying to avoid getting hit from Spivac, which is a pattern I also noticed that he does a lot. So this is Spivac right here. Okay, Spivac is about to do an overhand to Cyril Gane, and watch, Cyril Gane's hand is already extended to Spivac's face, which is fine. Block the opponent's face, stop their vision, but he literally tries to stop his vision. All right, he sneaks it in there. Watch this. All right, so now he throws the overhand, then rubs. Did you see that? He used his left arm to rub Spivac's eye and sneak in an eye poke right there. And trust me, this was caught in another angle. If you think this is a stretch, I will show you another angle, but let me just replay this one real quick. All right, so we're gonna go back. First frame, Spivac trying to do the overhand right there. Okay, overhand thrown. You see, Cyril Gane stretches his right hand open in front of Spivac's eye. I'll show you the other angle, and then watch his left hand literally rob Spivac's eye, which is a similar thing he did to Tom Aspinall. Okay, take a look at this. Okay, right there, and you see Spivac robs his eye. It was an eye poke. That was an eye poke right there. My guard didn't stop it, and Cyril Gane knew it. That's why he relaxed. That's why he didn't keep going forward. He didn't get aggressive. He knew what he did. Now, if you doubt me and you think that wasn't an eye poke, let me show you another angle that shows you Cyril Gane knew exactly what he was doing. Now, during this sequence, 33 seconds left in the first round, they then analyzed that footage to see if it was an eye poke, because Sergey did rub his eye, and even the commentators called it out. If you look down at the bottom there, you would see the replay screen, which is something they usually do in the UFC. So watch this replay screen. This is just another angle of the previous clip. It's a little chopped up, but it is what it is. Just pay close attention. Gane uses his fingers to graze Sergey's eye with his right hand. Okay, and then right there, pay close attention. Rubs his fingers in his eye right there. That's an eye poke, and he knew exactly what he was doing. That's one thing I noticed. I was like, okay, once in a while eye pokes happen, groin shots happen, things like that happen, but the amount of times that he does things like this, I mean, it 3 times makes it Ciryl. 11 times is certainly a pattern. But let's get to the next clip. Trust me, it gets way worse. Now, this one is a very weird one. I don't know what move this is, but Cyril Gane literally throws low punches. From afar, it might look like they're body shots, but he's literally trying to aim for the cup. Body kick, all good, okay? And then right there, where's Cyril Gane's hand landing? Tell me where his hand is landed, just in case you think I'm tripping. I'm gonna rewind it, zoom in a little bit, and I'll rewind it. And you tell me where it's landing and tell me what move this is in MMA. All right. Body kick. And then bam, right to the nuts. Bam. He punched the cup of Spivac. It gets worse. This is another sequence where he does the exact same thing. Check this one out. All right. Another one. That one really rattled Spivac. That's one. You see where the direction of his hand is, right? All right. I mean, like, what am I? What? So 3 nut shots so far, 2 eye pokes, but it gets worse. Now we get towards the end of the fight, which this is the exact pattern that Cyril Gane always does. Almost every fight that Cyril Gane has had a finish, I noticed that he lands several back of the head shots. And this one is ridiculous because Matt Goddard was literally in front, even talking about it, watch the back of the head, and he just kept on going, right? But this isn't it. This isn't even the finish yet. This is the beginning of the back of the head shots when he does it once and he realized, okay, the referee's not saying anything, so I may as well keep doing it. Cheating is the best base for MMA. I mean, we have people having 1-2 combos like Chris Weidman and Manel Kape, but let's take a look at this one. All right, bam, that was a back of the head shot. Back of the head shot number 1. All right, that's fine. Bam, back of the head shot number 2. Back of the head shot number 3, number 4. Number 5, 6, 7. And Spivac is just like, what is going on right here? Crazy shit. But it gets worse. And then this is finally the finishing sequence of the fight. It gets really, really bad. Of course, he's gotten away with all these things, so he may as well finish the fight with it, right? Like, what's the point? No points deducted, no pauses, bro. Cyril Gane has never, ever been warned about anything illegal, and he keeps sneaking it in. So just take a look at this one right here. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then Mark Goddard steps in. And mind you, Mark Goddard, I didn't want to play the audio because copyright issues, but Mark Goddard was saying, watch the back of the head, watch the back of the head, Sergey, do something, watch the back of the head, watch the back of the head. And Gane is like, bruh, you either gonna stop this or I'm just gonna keep going. Man landed, I lost count. First person we're gonna look at is Gane versus Dos Santos. And this one was pretty bad as well. He didn't get as much as Spivac, but let's take a look at this finishing sequence. Like I said, remember what I said? The pattern kicks in when he's about to finish the fighter. He just always has the need to throw in a back of the head shot. And it's almost like it's second nature at this point. He doesn't even need to do it because he's winning the fight clearly, but he just has to. Take a look at this. Very sneaky guy. And I like Gane. I'm a fan of him, but you gotta call it like it is. All right. Nut shot, of course. So far, Gane has had 1 nut shot, Now let's take a look at the finishing sequence right here. Knee to the body, nice knee. Okay, now Santos is feeling the pain. Back of the head elbow, and that's just it for him. All right, a finishing one real quick. Back of the head shot. Let's just take a look. Let's just rewind it a little bit more. Okay, all right. So body shot. All right, right there. Back of the head elbow. All right. Back of the head elbow, and then one more to just a little sprinkle. Right there. 2 back of the head shots. 3 back of the head shots. And then the ref steps in. So now we get into his fight against Derek Lewis. And this was when I noticed the way he sneaked it in. And also, it's not even a situation where he's losing a fight and he's just desperate and he needs something, you know, sneaking something illegal, because fighters do that all the time. This is where I realized it's actually second nature. He's finishing the fight. He's winning the fight. He's dominating. He's about to finish him. But he just has to do something illegal. Take a look at this one. Back of the headshot number 1. Back of the headshot number 2. Back of the headshot number 3. Back of the headshot number 4. Back of the headshot number 5. Back of the headshot number 6. Number 7. Number 8. Number 9. Number 10. Number 11, number 12, 13, 14. And then the refs finally decides to step in. I mean, it's ridiculous, right? It's ridiculous the way he does it in front of the refs and they don't do anything about it. It's when I was watching this, I couldn't believe it, because I watched all these fights live and, you know, just they were entertaining fights. And I really didn't care that much, but after the whole Tom Aspinall thing and fans actually turning on Aspinall, blaming Aspinall because he can't see, but not one person has said anything about Cyril Gane. Not the fans. I guess let me be fair, some fans are calling it out. But content creators attacking Tom Aspinall, saying he quit. Like, okay, he can't see, so he can't fight. But saying he quit, nobody's saying, oh, Cyril Gane shouldn't have eye poked him. Dana White, we're going to get into Dana White as well, praising Cyril Gane, shitting on Tom Aspinall. Not one relevant voice saying, hey, Gane actually ruined that fight. Gane was the one who ruined that fight. And this is not a one-time thing. This is something he always does. The last fighter clip here is Cyril Gane versus Tuivasa. Like I said, same pattern. He's already winning. He's about to finish the fight, but he just has to do the same thing again. Take a look at this one. So this is a finishing sequence right here. All right. Then he starts with the back of the head shots. Back of the head shot number 1. Sneaks in there. And that back of the head shot was the most impactful. Even when he's on the ground, he finds a way to like hit him at the back of the head. Take a look at this. This is so crazy, bro. This right here. I'm gonna pause it. All right. Where is his hand? His hand is landing at between the back of the head and the neck. His face is facing Cyril Gane, right? Tuivasa's face is facing Cyril Gane, so you can hit his forehead, hit his nose. His face is out in the open, but he just has to hammer fist the back of the head. He just has to do it. After such a terrible eye poke, and such an illegal shot, ending in a terrible way, big fight, heavyweight championship fight, ending in a terrible way, it's interesting to find out what the president of the UFC thinks about this whole thing, right? Let's see what Dana White has to say.
A lot of people wrote Cyril Gane off. He looked damn good tonight.
Yeah, what did you?
All he has to say is a lot of people wrote Cyril Gane off. He looked damn good tonight. You know, he ended the fight with a double combo eye poke, but he looked damn good, right? Who gives a shit? He literally says, "Who gives a shit?"
Bit of a weird question, right? It was ruled a no contest because of an unintentional eye poke. What does it take to make an eye poke intentional? And is there even a way you could ever prove that?
Who the fuck knows? Who gives a shit?
They're asking the president of the UFC, hey, like, you know, it's weird that a lot of fights ending in eye pokes. Like, this is a heavyweight fight. This is supposed to be like the biggest fight, right? Like, what can we do about this eye poke situation and how to remedy it? president is like, who gives a shit? I mean, what what do you say after that? And then let's see what Dana White says about Tom Aspinall and his injury.
I can't make people fight, right? If I want to put together a fight, I can't make people fight, and you definitely can't make somebody continue if they feel they've been injured. Only Tom knows what happened, you know.
You can't make somebody fight if they feel they've been injured? Only Tom knows what happened? Bruh, we saw the clip, we saw the slow motion play, we saw the transition. He got 2 fingers in his eye. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Now, there's a whole thing about, Tom Aspinall's dad talking about how he didn't want Tom Aspinall to resign his new contract. He wants him to go into boxing, and it's very obvious that Dana White does not like that. They don't like that type of talk. Okay, it's disrespectful, stuff like that. Like the whole thing that happened with Francis Ngannou. So, and Dana has never really rated Tom Aspinall. With the whole John Jones thing, he literally wouldn't mention Aspinall's name when he's being interviewed. He just looked at him like, oh yeah, this guy. I don't know why. It's very weird. But saying we don't know what happened, only Tom Aspinall, we know what happened. He got eye poked.
Could he see? Couldn't he see? Could he continue? Only he knows that. I can't make.
I mean, that's crazy. Only him know that. Only him knows if he could continue, if he couldn't continue. Like, bro, he got eye poked. Is it really difficult to say, yeah, it sucks. This eye poking problem is an issue. We got to do something about it. Even though he doesn't want to do anything about it. Like, just say it, right? It ended in an eye poke. It's unfortunate. Cyril Gane should not eye poke his opponent. Not blaming the person who was poked. But speaking of, we don't know what happened. I've seen a bunch of idiots, right, say things like, well, Tom Aspinall went to the hospital and it turns out he's fine, so therefore he quit. So stupid. So just because he went to the hospital and they didn't find any injury at the time does not mean that he couldn't see in the octagon. That is just so stupid. I've seen some people try to be sneaky. Well, he quit, but it was the right thing to quit. Like, we all know what quitting means. It's not supposed to be a good thing. It's like a cowardly thing to do. So saying, oh, Tom Aspinall recorded himself going to the hospital, which I don't think he should have done, because a lot of people are just brain dead. You would think there's nuance, right? So people were using one half of the quote from the doctor. The doctor said after examining Tom Aspinall, he said he didn't sustain any dangerous injury to his eye. And everybody was, oh, well, see, he's fine. No issues with his eye. He quit. But the doctor also said he also believed Aspinall's fight should have been, guess what? Stopped. That's the part they don't say. They act like the doctor just said, oh yeah, he's fine, it's all good. They don't want to talk about the fact that the same doctor they're using to reference, right? Same doctor they're using to reference also said the fight should have been stopped. But anyways, we get into the details here. Tom Aspinall's father revealed that his son still can't see with his right eye, suffering an eye poke 3 days ago. A lot of people were talking about how, oh yeah, the left eye was the one that the finger went in, the right eye, it wasn't that bad, so therefore he was faking it, not realizing that the impact was a lot. So this is what Tom Aspinall's dad says. So Tom Aspinall's dad said he still can't see out of his right eye 3 days after the fight. I mean, that's dangerous. It's bad. It's not good. His right eye, he still can't see anything. He said it's just gray. They tested him and he couldn't see anything. His left eye is 50%. Really, really blurry. I mean, I hope Tom Aspinall gets better. This would be tragic if this is some type of long-term effect. And I think stupid people who are saying, like, pretty much having the mindset that, oh well, if it turns out he's not blind, it means he quit. It means he could have He should have kept on fighting, even though he couldn't see his opponent, one of the best heavyweights in the world, one of the best kickboxers in the UFC. Go fight him with blurry eyes. Stupid idiots like Chael Sonnen and Anthony Smith talking about, oh, well, you got to fight with one eye sometimes. I did it in Singapore. So stupid. I'm not even going to play the clip, but even Aljamain Sterling talking about, we got questions, man. And I've seen a lot of content creators like laughing at this situation, making fun of Aspinall, saying he quit. I'm like, bruh. I'll just say this. With people's opinion with this, you can tell people who have never thrown a fist in their life. They've never been in a fight in their life. Bro, the amount of pain you feel when shampoo or freaking soap gets into your eye, it's horrendous. And it does get blurry sometimes. Now imagine 2 fingers, double eye pokes, and they're acting like this is some type of movie or cartoon. You know, just keep fighting. These are human beings, man. So anyways, that's enough of that. Cyril Gane, kind of a dirty fighter, man. And I like him. I still like him. Still a fan of him. But he's kind of dirty. But let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think Cyril Gane is a clean fighter? Hey, Marshall, you're tripping. All those shots were illegal. 11 back of the head shots for every fighter. Hey, equality. Or do you think this is a pattern for Cyril Gane? And what do you think about the whole Tom Aspinall situation? Do you think he really quit? Or do you think just because the doctor said he was fine means he should have kept on fighting, even though the doctor said he shouldn't? Let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to smash that like button. It helps me out a lot with the algorithm. Go ahead and hype the video as well. Help out a small channel. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, as we do breakdowns like this every single week. I'll see you on the next one.